Well, it's still May 10th, 2022. Made a lot of progress on the S55 yesterday. My friend Jacob came over because we had to replace a ball joint. Now, one thing about these Mercedes, it's unusual to be able to replace ball joints. You get an American truck, man, you can replace them all day long. But I replaced this, and this with new parts. And the reason I did that is that some of these ball joints are really messed up. They're ripped. And as long as I'm tearing all this apart and I've got the time, I'm going to replace it. I mean, these things jiggle up and down, and that's what you'd expect from a vehicle that's this old. So we had this ball joint here. This is the old one. And it's actually in pretty good shape, but we thought as long as we're here, we might as well replace it. And that's the ball joint right there. Let's see if I can actually get a picture right there. And it's on the brake bracket here. And it is one of the few ball joints you can actually replace on a Mercedes. So to go through it, we replaced this, and way up here, the separate control arm. New ball joints, new pieces, new bushings, everything. And then we replaced this one ball joint. And it was way harder than I ever expected it to be. But my friend Jacob had this great little tool from Snap-on. Now, what did I learn from it? I'm glad I did it. Many of these ball joints are worse than I expected. And on top of that, I learned not to do it on jack stands. It makes it way harder. Get a 2-post lift. I think if Jacob and I had all these parts, etc., on a 2-post lift, we would have had it done in a few hours. But I've learned a lot. So that's one of the things I've learned, is I've learned a ton about working on cars and car parts and how to determine if the parts are bad. And so it is a lot of work. Clearly, I'm saving a ton of money, learning a lot. The coilovers, you can see one sitting right here. That is just placed in there to make sure it would fit, and it is. And I will be finishing the installation of the Yellow Speed Racing coilovers right here. Yellow Speed Racing, as you can see, ready to get it done. It'll come up here. There it is. Oh yeah, it's a nice piece. And we'll do that. I'll do that, not we. It's not the royal we. We had to take the caliper off and the rotor off to do it because we just couldn't get the ball joint removal tool in the space. It was hard to do. These things are heavier than you know what. I mean, they're huge calipers. I mean, I'm 6'2". That's a pretty good size. Obviously drilled rotors. It's a 500 horsepower car from 2003. So we're making progress. The next step is going to be the rod bearings on the S55. We're still trying to find them. I ordered them about 2 weeks ago. Mercedes has them, but they've lost them. Yeah, such is life. So we'll get it reinstalled, that engine in here. Hopefully get this thing running before my next birthday or before Christmas. And we'll go from there. So things are actually going pretty well on the S55. Sorry there hasn't been any reports in a while. But working on cars, especially old ones like this, by yourself, when you've never done it before, is challenging to say the least. So I love you all. Hope you're having a good day. Talk to you later. Bye.